Me was super hyped up from what I see, and I haven't watched a lot of Seattle Battle Club, but when I have watched him, me really didn't seem to be that good. And I know Rim can play at a really high level if he's given the resources to do so. Also, I think Florida. I mean, I think he'd be a solid off tank around Rim, and can I think the tank line will be a definite improvement.
Uh,
Now, I remember sometime, well, back in last Kings or so, we did get to see, at least for me, I got to see Rim Jazzberry play a bit of Reinhardt. I'm not very used to the Rim main tank. But are you like a bit more familiar with it, Pineapple?
I mean, I will say I was on a team with him before, and I'll say I know SBC doesn't like to run meta, and I know Rim's probably his least comfortable main tank is Monkey. I do know his Rhine and then Orisa. Well, Orisa's kind of bad now, but both his Rhine and Orisa are definitely very good for novice levels. So I think if they can run, also I know Zarya is probably Florida's best hero as well. So I think if they can come out on like a Rhine Zarya comp, I think they can look really strong.
Oh yeah, definitely. Uh, this match is more of like a kind of way for SBC to show that they're not worse than Hyperflex right now. This is kind of the point of this match. Hyperflex is going up against the Wisdom Academy, so both games will be 3-0s.
It's like
It,
who will get rolled faster, or who can stop the bleeding the most and hold their own.
yeah, 100%.
But I do think like while Hyperflex, I wouldn't say Hyperflex did get some new players, but I feel like Hyperflex is more the download. I think these new additions to SBC can really this might be like a proving week for them. Like just they get to come out, show what they can do. Maybe not win this week, but just prepare for the future, and then come back in future weeks and look a lot stronger and just more synergized with these new pieces and look to take more wins at the end of the season.
Oh yeah. Like, what do you think SBC has to really focus on to be able to beat a quote unquote novice titan such as EM?
From what I have heard, or from what I've heard and seen for the little amount of pay attention to Novice, I do know that EM has a lot of pop off players who can just kind of swing fights. I feel like I wouldn't say this is a disadvantage, but I feel like on SB like the top novice teams all have someone who stands out and just like you think when you think of them, you think like, oh, that's the hard carry. Well, SBC is kind of like everyone's kind of meh. And so like I think SBC really just needs to have someone step up or needed to like have super well team coordination, which I don't think they had that either in their previous weeks.
No, that was one of the biggest issues, and I'm just hoping that they can really get that together. And like the meta is in a weird spot, but like define what the meta is per se.
I mean, it's really like you would say the meta comp is what's it called? Shadow dive. But like it really depends on the different elos. Like higher elos, it's like you can't really run off, but like you can make some sort. But like as the farther you go down, the more you can run off meta comps. And I do know that SBC was running double shield last week. And they're running some weird comps. So like I do think a lot of comps are viable. It's just I don't think they're running the right comps.
Honestly, I agree. Like when you run the double shield and such, like it feels 100% weird. In 1 second, my apologies.
Oh, well, he is good. I will continue talking. Something else I want to mention about SBC is they didn't really have a coach before. Well, I mean they had Slimal, but like they didn't really have a coach I like know. But now they have QZY, who I know who definitely knows good comps and stuff you know to have them run. That would be probably better than like their weird double shield comp and like Tracer Genji comps they're running last week. So I think that could be an improvement for them as well.
Sorry, I put in like an order for a pizza, and that thing came so fast.
Uh,
But it's kind of weird seeing them run the double shield. That composition isn't really favorable, especially since like Rissa's much weaker now.
I mean, I will say Ryan Orisa, the team I'm on an Inter, we run that comp occasionally, and that comp can work. But I just feel like the biggest part is like Sigma's just really not that good in this meta, honestly. Like he just like you can just run over him, and he really doesn't have the sustain or kill potential anymore, just to out I guess out sustain or out damage them. So it's
And,
like yeah. I do think Orisa isn't that good as well, but paired with like a Rhine or more table comp or more like bunker comp, she can just kind of just bunker down, pull, and get value from it. But yeah.
But what makes the like Sigma so weak specific? Like I it's probably obviously like what you said. Like you could just run over the Sigma. Or like is it because it's like Shield's a literal plastic bag now?
I mean that's part of it. I think the biggest reason why Sigma was meta and why Double Shield was meta for so long was Double Shield. You could just kill people so fast that it's like it didn't matter. But like Sigma, his damage or like his cooldowns got nerfed, and like if teams sort of came into him, he had like a 900 health shield, and he had his suck cooldown to try to survive. But like now both of those cooldowns got nerfed, and Sigma yes still has the damage, but like he really doesn't have the sustain. So it's like I just feel, and especially in a comp with Sombra Reaper, like the monkey can just jump on his face with Diva DMing him, Sombra can hack him, and it's just like you lost the fight already. So
Yeah, I think like we're gonna be seeing. Like I'm trying to think about what the compositions these team will specifically run, and depending on each map. But I mean, it just Edinburgh is honestly just running a lot of meta, and we haven't really seen enough of like consistency from Seattle. I think their best chance might be to mirror in the meta and just play better.
yeah, I do agree. I do agree with that to an extent. But like I said, I think they can at this level. Not I wouldn't really say call it cheese comps, but like off meta comps can still work really well. Like for example, like I said, the team I'm on, we don't really run meta that much, and we're still able to win. It's just like being good at that off meta picks, which I know SBC. I mean that'd be their bread to do. Like I think that's their best chance. But maybe like I said, they do have a new coach. Maybe the coach just like enforced them on to run hard meta and just grind it out, and they could be much improved on it. But like I was saying earlier, I think Ryan's probably Rim's best hero in this meta, and he's not that comfortable on Monkey. Florida's best hero is probably Zarya. I think they can run like a Ryan Zarya, like Reaper, maybe like McCree, or I guess whatever other DPS are comfortable on, with like a
Yeah.
Mora Lucio or like Ana Lucio. I think they can be really successful, depending
Yeah.
on how Monarchs are doing today.
Also, a massive shout out to Mr. Abraxas, who has come in here to fill in as lobby host. Like, absolutely massive. So the game should be starting up in quite a bit as we're getting the map set up and the people in. But I think seeing out of SBC, like, I think they might run the more Reaper Sombra comp. But I don't know if their players are like comfortable on the Sombra.
Oh, and I was gonna say I didn't notice this at first, but they are running. I thought the lobby. I think they're running Rim on support and Formal Chicken on main tank.
No way. You know, it has to be like, oh no, we're
'Cause I was gonna
actually.
say, I was gonna say, I guess the lobby's just not organized yet, but maybe they're not running that. Who knows?
I guess they are running Mr. Rim
I know
Jazzberry.
Rim has played support for this team in the past, but I don't see why they'd be. I don't know why they just. Maybe they're running meta, and like I said, Rim's not super comfortable on that monkey, so maybe Formal's playing the monkey and Rim's playing the Moria.
Honestly, it's been confusing. I mean, if you've been watching Rim streams, he has been playing and practicing his support. So I guess I feel this should have been a bit noticed. But no, look, Formal Chicken's on the Reinhardt. So this is a bit interesting, honestly.
Yeah, very very interesting. This is gonna be.
Yeah. Like who is the advantage so far? I feel like it's Edinburgh right now with the Symmetra.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, it depends. It could be TPing out, but I assume they're gonna stay on it and then use the sim to like go into the window. So I would say them, but it's gonna depend on how the Sombra player on SBC can how much value they can get.
Yeah, they're gonna be running out immediately, going to the center point. Both of them are kind of just running to get there. The teleporter is a little late. They've all made it there on the same time, and now the battle's going to start as EM immediately is going to start getting the picks of Rim, Jazzberry, and Lonix, Formal Chicken, and then Shadow go down, and it's all over.
I mean, they just kind of ran them over, plain and simple.
It's like, it looked like SBC was trying to prepare the dive onto them, but they just kind of split up and put themselves in such unfavorable position.
Yeah, it feels like the tempo from Monarchs was so much higher than the tempo from SBC, and it just outclassed them. And we'll see them going to a Pharah Tracer comp now.
Yeah. Yeah, look, they're going to be taking out the teleporter right now. So that means any respawns that'll be happening will be a lot slower than normal. And they are on the far, so they're wanting to have the poke. They have the ability to flank around, but the far is playing a bit more frontline. Now the fight goes in, Lanix is going to be able to get a pog, and they're going to get Dragon. And they're holding into this choke, but Seattle Battle kind of has the advantage as Florida's able to get the Symmetra, and then Merlin goes down, and easily this is going to go to Seattle Battle Cattle. Now, how did they do that?
I mean, I think it's Novice. I don't think people really realize the way to beat a fire comp is just to speed onto them and kill them, and then really have a hit scan so they can counter it. So I think just the fire pick to overwhelm them.
Yeah, I have to agree. They kind of hesitated, let the fire get too much value in. And eventually not, but it looks like EM... No, the charge was almost about to come out, but it gets hacked. Massive shatter is now here as RQT is able to go on. Gafara does manage to get pogged, so that's less healing from the side of EM. They're now rotating the point, but Florida's just able to get the Lucio, so now they have no support. And unfortunately, it's just an easy roll, and I think they just may have took too long to get onto point. Or at least continue the fight.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a tank issue or a support issue, but the supports on the side of the Monarchs have died first both these fights. I don't know if it's the tanks are Wing forward too aggressively and leaving the supports to die, or the supports are just not playing in good position. Oh, Young.
Yeah, Youngsu gonna be staggered. That's way worse. I feel like the issue is that they're not going in as a unit, or the Pharah is just damage boosting and one-shotting them instantly. Oh no, but they're gonna use Coalescence. Look at that, see? It's just as I said, as they use Coalescence, they're gonna die. The Death Blossom comes out to try to save the fight, but it doesn't matter. It only gets Florida, and that's gonna end quickly.
And like I said before, another fight where the Monarch supports die first.
Yeah, like Seattle are really looking different right now. But how are they going to recontest? The RQC is going to switch over to the Ashe to fight the Pharah, but I don't think that'll be enough.
They will have EMP. They just need to get a big EMP and hope to catch a Pharah with it. And hope to catch a big EMP.
Yeah, but the Pharah scouted out the Sombra. They now know their location. Shatter comes out and gets blocked. Pharah does manage to get pogged, and then the Dragon. Once again, the supports are gone. That's a massive EMP, but they have no follow-up since they're all dead. And that's just going to be a bit unfortunate coming on the side of it. All that's left is Florida. Wait, RQT is going to touch point just at the last second. It's all up to him to fully cap the Pharah trying to stop him, but you are no Carpe. You have to go back to the spawn room as RQT is going to win the point right back for them.
Okay, well, they just kind of let RQT without a pocket. They kind of let RQT solely kill them all. And yeah.
RQT is one of those DPS players that has the highest potential to pop off and kill your backline if you're not paying attention.
But I do still think, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, but this is one fight potential, so what really has to happen here?
I mean, SBT has 4 ults, pretty much 5, because that treasure bomb build's so fast. They should win this, but you know, RQT's on the field, so you never know.
Yeah, the Coalescence and Grab are going to be used out. The Shatter's only going to be getting the Reinhardt. The Pharah is now barraging right in there. The Sound Barrier comes out. It's not going to be able to save Merlin as they're now going into this fight. It's a bit messy. The target poking looking a bit off, but EM aren't able to do anything. Bob coming out to help the fight, but all that's left is Lucio and Bob on point, and unfortunately, Mr. Bob can't do much. The Lucio's just spinning around, but unfortunately, you're right back to the spawn room. This is one fight potential, one fight territory, so there's not much they can do. Merlin just trying to touch point and just stall it out for any bit longer, but he's not able to get any value really, and just contesting. They're just saving up time. The Pharah is just getting so much damage in, and this first round is going to be going straight to SBC.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like SBC had so many ults, and luckily the supporters did not die first that fight. But I will say, after the third time where the supports died first, I started speccing Pog, and like the big, I guess, factor in that was the Lanix on the Tracer. He was just like pressuring them so much that they had to, the more had to like be hard healing, the Lucio had to be hard on heals. And then they also had the Pharah spamming, and while also they also had their tanks like just looking at them, so it's like they just died so quickly because they're the squishy targets.
We're gonna have to hope that Pog and Dragon don't die first in this fight, or else you're really just not having the advantage into this team fight. They are gonna be going straight to server, so we're hoping that they're gonna be taking their time. They're kind of rotating around. They haven't met up in the same spot. So SBC look a bit confused. They're going to be fighting them onto point though. The Reaper, RQT is fighting in their backline. They're ignoring him. Formal Chicken is caught out of position, and now EM are just able to walk all over them, and there's nothing SBC can do.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just kind of a. I feel like the Sombra Reaper did a lot more than the Junk. Like you see, Youngsu's already 60 to EMP, while Eidolon's only 11 to tire. Like the Junk just got picked so early and wasn't able to do anything, while the Sombra was able to do so much.
Youngsu is already kind of scouting. They're going to be running straight into the server room. Now they have the high ground, but they have to see how they engage. And it's a speed boost already, but they don't really have a target. So now they're running in. Formal Chicken is going to be bursted down immediately. They're without their main tank, and they're trying to salvage this fight. Florida taking the front line is going to be able to get Merlin, but Lennox is going down early. However, Best King and Pog are going down. This is now swung into the fight of SPC. Death Blossom being used. Shadow Void kind of boops it into Florida's direction, and RQT is going to save that fight.
I mean, RQT kind of carried another fight.
Honestly, yeah, I have to say it's an RQT difference. 3-letter hero difference.
Oh, very true, very true.
Yeah.
Like, you see, Lennox is only 60 to his first Reaper roll, while you see R2T is already going to be 15 to his next.
That's a 6-man EMP, and the Coalescent is being used to go and engage. The Somber may have gone down, but there's literally nothing that SBC can do to save themselves.
I mean, they just got EMP'd, they didn't have beat. It's just rather unfortunate, but that's kind of how the game works.
I feel like what's worse is I think Rim Jazzberry used his Coalescence. Look at that, he's only at 25%. Yeah,
he did. That is unfortunate, but I mean, but Pug also did use his as well, and Rim does have the advantage on the ultimate. I don't think that's a massive deal, but
let's hope Formal Chicken finally will be able to build up to the first shatter. Merlin uses it in a weird direction, and it gets blocked, but now the grab is going to be what saves the fight, and a dominant performance so far out of EM. They seem to have woken up.
And it seems like SBC is going to be able to touch, and they have every ult. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, but for most of these people, no, they can't even touch. That was mostly everyone's first ult. What was the issue there?
I feel like, I mean, we were talking about this last fight. Formal Chicken, he tried to pin, and then he got counterpinned, and they just grabbed, and they had no shield, and they all just got burned by the Reaper, who just walked up into their face and killed them all.
Yeah,
and like they had to play that slower, in my opinion. Like they were 90 to every ult, or had every ult. All Formal Chicken had to do was just hold shield and let his team use an ult, or look for shatter, or just swing and not pin. But like that, I think that was a big flaw from him coming out.
Oh man, you know, I got the wrong order of pizza too, so with my anger, I'm gonna be casting instead. Now they're gonna be going in, we're gonna be seeing a dive versus a brawl, but we're gonna be seeing fire on both sides, so who really has the advantage going into the fight?
It's really gonna depend on if Formal Chicken is because Formal Chicken's gonna have a hard time since he's on Rhine. Also, it's gonna depend on the Tracer versus Sombra duel.
Yeah,
so you can get more value.
RQT's already gotten the first pick. They're down the Pharah, and SBC are now going slow. They have to be careful, and I unfortunately have to mute because my parents are calling me. 1 second, I'm so...
And we will see the fights cleaning up. I mean, RQT kind of carried again. Also, I do want to point out big hack by Youngsu to hack the Tracer into their team and secure the kill. Also, I feel like the Rhine's really not to play. He is close to that shatter, but like you just really can't do much with that Rhine. Like the Monkey's is so much better. You have an escapability. I think you have a better ultimate, especially against the comp they're running. It's just not to play in my opinion.
Look at that, Far immediately gets hacked. It's going to be putting them out of the fight for a bit longer. RQT's trying to pick them off, but is unable to get the direct hits. So now they're kind of slow. Pog almost goes down, is just barely alive. Now we're going to be seeing them taking their time when it comes into this push. The bubble comes out early from Merlin. He's waiting to get it. RQC's gonna get rammed. That's no healing now. Formo's trying to save it up. Lennox is gonna get Pog, but unfortunately, Formal Chicken's gonna go down. The RQC goes down with the barrage, however. So but they're like kind of taking their time. It doesn't seem that SBC has any real damage to get anyone. The res doesn't get canceled, but Shadow's gonna pay with his life for it. And now all that's left is King as he's stalling the point out, but the entirety of EM has returned back to the point. And it doesn't matter for the stall as they're just going down. Florida does get King once more, but they just... No, he gets Pog as well. That stops the Coalescence from coming back. But the rest is going straight on to Pog, and they just don't have the stall anymore.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I felt like the target calling seemed a little bit off from SBC. Like they just couldn't focus those targets fast enough. Just it's like they had the fight in the bag. I think they also should use ults. See, they have pretty much every ult again. But so does EM. So we're about to see a bloodbath here, and this will be last fight as well. So may the better team win.
I kind of feels like Formal Chicken should be switching on to the Monkey at this point. The Reinhardt hasn't been doing well for him at all. Look, he's gonna be charging right into point. Both bombs come out. Lennox gets a 2K. Now all the ultimates come out. EMP doesn't get anyone. Coalescence. It's a messy fight right now. Pog is gonna be able to get the fire. They've evened up the fight. The barrage. RQT is able to get Formal Chicken, and now the fight swung still into EM. Shadow Void is trying to res. 8 is able to get Formal, so now the stagger is going in. They might be able to bring this back if they take their time, but unfortunately they don't have the heroes necessary to come back. I have to go open my door. My apologies. I'll be right back again.
We do see the fight winning out. Anyone does get a pick, but he's hacked. Florida does come back on the ball. Is looking to spin. He is very low, about to get picked. Oh, and he just rolls off the point. Rather unfortunate, but that is the map to the Monarchs.
Play of the game.
See Vespi with the King with the play of the game. I assume, yeah, here it is. Look, he just goes for the pin, dies for it, then big grab. I mean, really not much to say, just big grab.
Whew, I'm back. I'm having a pizza issue, it seems.
Welcome back, welcome back.
Oh.
I guess from what I noticed from that fight, I feel like it seems like Formal's Orion one trick, and I really don't understand why they have him on, because I think he didn't really look very impressive on the Rhine, neither did Rim on the flex support. I feel like it'd just be so much better to have Rim on main tank unless he doesn't want to play it, because I think that may be a situation as well, but I do not know.
I'm back. If I have to go upstairs one more time, I'm gonna make lose it.
Welcome back, welcome back.
But Monarchs seem to have woken up and understand their win conditions much more. They look a lot cleaner compared to that first round.
Yeah, honestly, what I think was Monarchs probably came to this game a little overconfident. I think they got kind of surprised by that Tracer Pharah comp. They just let the Pharah do a lot of work. They're like, okay, what's this player game? We go brawl here. They can't beat us on that Pharah comp. And that map one really just pumped them up. And then they're like, okay, let's just counter the Pharah. We speed past her. I think they did, like I said, look a lot more awakened.
Yeah. We are going to be going on Dorado, and EM did pick defense.
Yeah. What I'm guessing they're gonna do is they're gonna play that Pharah Tracer comp and hope for the best.
I don't know. I feel like they're having a bit of issue. Like SBC are having a lot of issues when it comes to this targeted calling or focusing, as well as their like positioning.
Yeah, I mean that's what I said. I feel like if they had a Rim on main tank, that could really help fix it. But you know, we'll never know. Maybe if SBC somehow pulls out the win, we can interview them and ask. But
no, most definitely.
Someone I do want to give a quick shout out to is Lanix on the Tracer. He's been popping off. He got like almost all he was flooded deadlifting probably on that last point. He tried his hardest. He got a lot of kills, but I feel like his team just couldn't play up the standard.
You know, he tried to awaken the Prophet, but the Prophet awakened him.
Very true. Very true.
So when going into Dorado, what is like, would you say the fairest composition right now to run on attack?
For SBC? Sorry.
Yeah, for SBC.
Like I said, I think they're probably going to run that same comp. They're running the Fire Tracer comp with hopefully a Monkey, because Monkey's just so much better, especially Monkey Diva. I mean, probably going to be Ryan Zarya, and then then probably more Mercy. I feel like also I don't think more is really the play, because it's like a brawl comp, but like you don't have brawl DPS and you don't have speed, so like more. I feel like more doesn't have to sustain to keep him up. Especially, yeah, like I think like if SBC is gonna have a chance, they're gonna need Lanix to keep doing what he's doing, getting a lot of kills, contesting the support line of Monarchs, while Enlon on the Pharah is able to just chip down the tanks, chip down the DPS, and just try to get them all low, so then so the tank line can just finish the kills.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I agree. And you feel like we'll see a Widow? You know, that's just kind of coming into my mind. Do you think? Because at least for other teams like Wisdom, we've seen a Widow or two run on this map for like a quick pick for a fight.
I'm gonna say I have like I don't even I guess Lennox probably the hit scan. I don't really know how confident Youngsu and Lennox are on the hit scan role. I feel like other teams will run it because they have like a set Widow player, like OTW, like 360. He like it's like a Widow main. Spongie's like a Widow main. Like I feel like they actually play Widow, but it's just like I've never really seen the hit scans from both teams really play much.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah, it does seem like Youngsu is also the Sombra specialist. I mean, it's like the set Sombra specialist for Monarchs, so I really wouldn't be surprised if they're running anything else.
We have about 50 seconds left before we go into the game. And I don't know. I feel like SBC showed a bit of talent, but they really need to get their act together. If they want any chance to be able to beat EM.
Seen from last week. And like I said before, I think this could just be an experimental match just to like keep practicing and keep getting synergy, and then next week in the future they can look a lot stronger. I definitely say they're doing that.
You know, that makes a lot of sense, honestly. They are pretty much new.
And I will say they came from before this game I considered kind of the basement trollers, SBC and Hyperflex. I think, they're maybe on the stairs now. Like they're still I don't think they can compete. I still don't think they can really compete with any of the top teams. Maybe OTW. But
like OTW with with Eagle maybe on main tank.
But I mean, OTW does have me now, who's an actual main tank. I think that was their biggest problem. So I don't know how synergized they will. I don't know how good me will look on that team. But honestly, like I definitely do think. I mean, obviously, the Hyperflex. We need to see how Hyperflex plays this week. But I do think that on the tier list, SBC can be one tier above Hyperflex.
Yeah, I still agree. A while back, I was looking at the schedule and I was thinking about what really makes the difference between a novice team that's good and a novice team that's bad. And when at least it came down to the individual factor, SBC has a lot more individual potential compared to a team like Hyperflex. And honestly, I would rather see those teams go at each other again because Hyperflex did win that, so technically they are better than SBC, like week 1.
Yeah, but I think like they'll be the Swiss or the round robin at the end of the season. I think they'll definitely play each other again. So we will see then. I think if SBC keeps this kind of play, this kind of roster, I think they will pull out Hyperflex.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing each of the teams taking their time as they're starting to reach the choke. No, Youngsu is immediately going to be picked down. He was headshot by Lennox. Now the fight is slow as Merlin's trying to make some space for his team. He's playing the monkey, so he doesn't have as much frontline potential as he wants. So unfortunately, Dragon is gonna die since he has no shield. Merlin's gonna be throwing down the bubble, but they're just gonna be walking through him. RQT is still alive somehow as he walks in. Lennox is gonna get hogged. He's so far gotten 3 of the picks. Let him get the rest. He gets the 6k, but no. Reaper's gonna be getting Merlin, so now they just have to free his streets.
Yeah, I mean, Lennox has popped off. I will say his team did a really good job as well, because like they were what's it called, getting targets low so we could kill them, or follow targets he headshot. They will be looking for a recontest here though.
Yeah, the fight's now they're getting ready. Merlin switched onto the Reinhardt. They want to brawl this out. This is exactly what they need. Formal Chicken shatters, only gets a plug in the corner. Florida's going to be picking him off, and now this fight has swung into their favor as they're going to be using the Coalescence to finish this off. All that's left is RQT and the Lucio, but it doesn't matter because King is also going to go down in this fight, and they're going to be capping.
Yeah, I will say I really like that shatter coming up from Formal Chicken, because it not only is kind of like a zoning shatter, it also did Kentel's Pog Coalescence like the second it went out. I doubt that was intentional, but good play nonetheless.
Hey, at this point, you can't say it wasn't intentional.
Very true, very true.
Yeah, they're going to be doing the scouting. Honestly, Youngsu has to be playing a bit more careful. He keeps dying very early on into these fights. He hasn't been able to build up that EMP. So what, third fight or so, he's now going to be building it up, and he has to get something big with it if they want a chance to...
They will have the EMP Blossom, I will say.
That's like a team...
Should be a free fight win. Yeah.
Yeah, they're waiting. They're jumping down right with the EMP, and then the Death Blossom drops from the Hail Mary. And once, as we said, this was a free team fight win.
Like, the only time it's really not a free fight win is if somehow you're able to have like a perfectly timed beat, or for your diva to like not get hacked, and also to have like one of your supports not get hacked. But like they're running Mercy.
Yeah,
they're not running Diva. It's really, unless they can like split up or like kill the Sombra out of EMP, it's really kind of a free fight win for.
But how worth it do you think it was to invest the Death Blossom into that fight? Because now looking on the side of SBC, they have so many ultimates online right now.
Yeah, I will say they should be able to cruise into this point for free now if they can just combo their ults correctly.
Yeah, look at that, the Diva Bomb coming out. It manages to get 2 people. That's absolutely insane. As with one ultimate, they're able to bring the team fight up and get their sound barrier and their shatter for the next fight.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that sound barrier coming online, because now they're not gonna have. Now they'll have that sound barrier for the grab, for the Reaper ult, for the Bob, I guess, if it gets pocketed. But like, they will have that sound barrier to keep them in the fight, and hopefully allow time for Merlin to look for a shatter, and hopefully hit a big one to try to stop them in the tracks.
Yeah, if I'm SBC, I want to play a bit aggressive here. I don't want them to get a chance to pop their ultimates. The first team, you know, as they say, the first team to pop ults wins. As Paul gets Coalescence, Shatter comes out in an angle. The hack goes on the Death Blossom in the backline. Is going to be able to get both support, but it doesn't matter because the fight is not in EM's favor anymore. That Death Blossom manages to win it, and Formal Chicken's going to go down by the Sombra. All that's left is Ashe and Reaper, and they have a lot of damage output, but I don't think he'll be able to get the payload too far. King is trying to fight them, but he's kind of winning the fight. His supports are coming back to help him out to stop this point. The Sombra going down. Mercy's now here to help out his team. It's kind of a slow pick off, but EM are not able to have a full recontest. The Bob is now out. It wants to help them get space. Dragon was almost stuck at 1 HP and just barely survived. The Bob is not in a spot to get as much value as they wish, though.
I do gotta give the shout out to the last fight for Vespi for eating the grab. Oh, big.
And also the 6-man EMP, which just saved out this push. Lennox does get 2 picks, and the Shatter comes out, but that sound barrier is gonna stop them from doing anything as Pog is able to get the 2K. Oh man, but what happened, like, the fight before that you were talking about?
I was gonna say, like, there was a really big eat by Vespi. I feel like at that point, and also they used Blossom as well. I don't know if I think Dragon got caught by it. But at that point, I think it would have been a really good idea from Dragon just to pop the tempo beat right there so they could just W forward. But obviously he didn't do that. I mean, that beat did come in clutch because it allowed Lennox to stop popping off. We do see the Valk and Blossom coming in. Oh, yeah. Big pick by Lennox.
Lennox is
really gonna come down to Vespi though. If we can get a big bomb.
Yeah, they're gonna be using the bomb to try to stall them out, but they position themselves in a way to where they don't get picked. The Death Blossom coming out, it's mostly getting eaten and blocked, so it's not gonna get much value. RQT, however, reversing onto it, getting rim, and now they're just able to feed off. Honestly, if I was any analysis, I think Lennox should be a bit higher on those tier lists.
Yeah, definitely. Lennox has really been just popping off this game. I think he's definitely been the best player on this team.
Yeah, did you see
we
Lennox
will see another successful ice from Monarchs, but we do see it's going to be a pretty even fight. We will see Shadow Void with the Valk, which I think can outpace the Shatter. Will be more valuable than the Shatter, because it'll allow the Lennox to build that Bob faster and just keep the rest of the team alive through Shatter if he's able to hit it.
I feel like they should just hard aggress onto this and deny the Shatter, but the hack comes onto them. They get the Valk, but Merlin is just able to get his Shatter all, and this might end SBC's run. They're trying to win it back, but RQT's gonna get Rim Jazzberry, and now the healing's down. Formal is looking to do anything, but he's all the way in the spawn room, walking back. All that's left is Lennox, and he can only carry so long. He throws out the Bob last second, but he's off the point, and there's nothing you can do, as Lennox is gonna barely touch the point. Bob is now gone. all that's left is Formal, but he misses the charge, and he'll be going back to the spawn room and for defense.
Nah, I mean Lennox tried his hardest, but he couldn't carry hard enough, sadly.
I
So,
I feel like not having the Lucio kind of messed with their tempo because they weren't naturally able to play aggressively.
Initiating match.
I will say I do have a small update on the Wisdom Academy game. Apparently they are hard rolling, so.
Oh, aggressively.
And they're already on Anubis already, so.
Yeah, there was no debate that Wisdom Academy would be rolling Hyperflex. So if anyone wants to watch that game, I'm sure it'll be done faster than this one.
Apparently they let Blitz play Sigma, so it's a good game.
Oh, dude, Blitz on Sigma, the only hero he can play, debatably.
Very true. We do see a Reaper Maycom coming out from the side of SBC. They are on the defense here, so maybe they're going for a spawn hold, do you think?
I feel like this could be a spawn hold. It's definitely something that they might want to run, but there's a lot of issues if they decide to do. Yeah, look, they're getting ready for the spawn hold, but the spawn hold is kind of a.
Ooh, they're going all the way around. I like this sneaky rotation from them.
Yeah, what is it? Isn't it like a double-edged sword that it can hold for a good while, but if you lose, you kind of almost lose the street phase into the choke.
I mean, I really don't think spawn holding here is the best idea because it's like go Junkrat, go far, stand on the high ground, kill them all.
Yeah, look, they're immediately running out, charging into this fight. Merlin and King are going low, but they're able. Formal King gets hacked, and look at that, he's immediately gone. Now, King and RQT are just picking up the fight, and it looks like SBC's spawn hold they need to practice it a bit more in scrims. It did not turn out well here. They're just kind of stalling point.
From what I noticed was Formal Chicken just got 2 split from his healers and just died. Also, Rim I think didn't play to his full potential in that fight. Like I think he probably should have probably tried to stay on Formal's stay with Formal to keep him up. But like yeah, it's unfortunate. This is not practice enough in my opinion, like you said.
No, yeah. They're now kind of taking their time. Merlin's going to be popping it. The wall comes out, but the payload is going to be able to break it. So now they're in this weird position where Formal is trying to take the front line, but he kind of stood back. They do get paused, so now the advantage is in there as they now have no healing, and that coalescence from Rim is going to help secure the team fight. How well do you think Merlin's Monkey is going to be helping them right now?
I mean, hypothetically, if you're playing Monkey correctly, you should be able just to, and your team's playing around you correctly, shouldn't be that much of an issue, because you can just jump away from the walls, and use bubble to jump away, or to block freezes, and if you do get frozen, your D.Va should be able to DM you, and your Reaper should be there to force her back, but
yeah,
it's really going to depend on how. Oh, but we just see Merlin to the Rhine.
Yeah, he's going to need a bit more practice on that Monkey.
I will say the Rhine slightly less viable pick than Med.
Massive EMP and the Death Blossom. It sounds like Blizzard went out, but it's all the way in the back line. I don't think that's really hitting anyone.
I was watching the Mei in that fight, and she was standing on the wall. She was standing on the little bridge. I thought she was gonna go for a wall from above to drop it on them, but she threw wall, dropped on the other side where no one was, and threw Blizzard. A very interesting play coming out.
Would you say a throw? Because I would say a throw.
A throw, yes.
Yeah. So
I mean, it is a good play in theory. Like, if they threw the Blizzard in the right place, they would have been able to deny a lot of the EMP because they couldn't push because there's a Blizzard. But like,
Lennox is forced them off the high ground, so now they're kind of taking the fight. The coalescence is coming out. Florida! His Graviton gets eaten by King. That's absolutely massive, because now they're just able to run off. They were preparing for that grab. Lennox is going to be throwing out the Death Blossom, but not able to get any value off of it. So now there's Shatter coming off from Merlin. He's been killing Lennox with it, and now they're able to run off. Merlin is going to end up healing for that fight, so it seems that they're just able to stall off. They're going to be stopping King from being DMAX. Could possibly throw a bomb out if he wants to BM, but I definitely think it's good to save.
yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate. Florida got his grab in again. Another biggie by Vespi. It's just nothing you can do. This game should be over. They have they have the beat, but like they have the bomb, they have the beat, they have the EMP, they'll have the Reaper ult, probably the Moira ult soon as well. It's like they're gonna have to hope for a massive shatter and hopefully a really good beat by Shadow Void if they want to stay in this game.
now they're meeting, and look at that, another massive EMP. The Jay not touching point. They want to take this fight in, but the Sound Barrier is keeping them alive for a bit longer. Lanix is going to get Merlin, so now the Coalescence coming out from Rim Jazzberry. They want to be taking in the aggression, but the Maze is going to be going out, Death Philosophy going out, looking to find anyone, but unfortunately RQT is not able to get a pick. The Coalescence from Pog looking to even out this fighter, stall it out for a bit. He's looking for any picks. He's healing his team, keeping them up. King is going to be getting demacked, and now Mr. Formal Chicken is back. He's looking for a pick. He's just kind of hitting his hammer around. King is able to walk inside of the Pog that's going down now. The Sound Barrier, they really want to invest into this fight. The Shatter comes out from Formal, and it's absolutely huge as Merlin is going to go down, and they're just stalling at this point, trying to get anything. But unfortunately, I think EM needs to be backing out right now.
Yeah, I was, I wouldn't say, I was pretty nervous there. Because it seemed like SBC thought the fight was won, and they're trying to stagger the D.Va. The D.Va remeched, Dragon beat, it's a winnable fight, they're coming back. But like, then Formal just shatters, and it's all over. I thought that was a good play in theory, it just really didn't work out for them. And now we see they have both the DPS ults and the Flex, while they only have the EMP on the side.
Oh, but the EMP is so much more valuable than we ever could have thought of. Lanix is going to be popping the Death Blossom, trying to save back the fight, which you've only carried so hard. And unfortunately, as much as, you know, SBC was having a hope, EM's going to be winning this map going into 2.
Yep, that's just tempo diff, honestly. They needed to use ults earlier. They had EMP, just kind of not much they could have done. I will say though, I forgot to mention this, but the fight where they had EMP bomb, it was a really nice beat from Shadowvoid. He timed it perfectly with the bomb, and it would have been probably a 4 or 5, it probably would have been a 3 or 4K bomb, but his beat saved him and allowed him to live another fight.
Yeah, the small things sometimes are what we, the casters, miss, and I'm so glad you get that, because that's, you know, we need to be talking about the small individual things, you know?
Very true, very true.
Yeah. Now, no, but I was gonna say, what is SBC's main issue from your eyes?
Really, I've been saying this the whole game. It's just Formal, they like I said, this is gonna be a learning experience. Formal really doesn't look super comfortable on the main tank yet. Rim doesn't look super comfortable on the flex support. I think Shadow Void and Florida are still integrating with the team. It's like, honestly, I mean, there has to be a reason, but I think because Formal Chickens usually support, I think if they just switched those rules back, they would probably win. They could probably take it to map 5. Just like watching Formal, he just seems very uncomfortable in the main tank role.
Yeah, like he was looking around a lot, not really taking the front line, just holding that shield up a bit more than I think he should have.
Also, like Rim, like he's doing. It's kind of hard to be bad at Moira, but I feel like his Moira play isn't very exceptional.
Yeah,
and I feel like it'd be a much better. Like, yeah, I feel like there's probably people, because I know Formal's played. They have Formal, and they have I know they have another flex support as well. I feel like one of them's probably better at Moira than Rim, honestly.
I feel like the difference into like a good Moira and a bad Moira is specifically management in your healing and your orbs. Because any Moira can just hold down mouse 1 and heal the team, but I feel like a good Moira can manage their healing orbs to when they're low on the things. And it seemed that Rim Jazzberry was just kind of holding down the healing, hoping for the best.
Like, I feel like Rim, he just wasn't always in the optimal position to keep Formal alive, just to keep his team alive. And like usually you'll see with like a good Moira, they'll have like 30 to 35% of total healing done, while Rim's only having like 20 to 25. I feel like his healing output could just be so much more.
Yeah, he's not getting. Would you say like because he's a main tank player in itself, it's kind of affecting how he is at a support?
Yeah, I don't think that's. Yeah, I think it's just that. I don't think it's really that he's a main tank. I just think his support just isn't up to that. Isn't up to that level yet.
We are going to be going on to Hanamura, and this is what we can see, a very full holdy map. Do you think Monarchs have the ability to do that?
I mean, SPC has been showing splashes of a temple of what's called of talent. I think they can tank first point, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get held on second point. Now, honestly, that's my prediction. That just seems how the game's going so far. Like, they get kind of close, but it's not far enough.
Yeah. I am hoping that, I mean, some type of change is made before they start the map. Maybe it's just me. I was hoping for the hottest player Novice to be playing main tank, you know. But
Yeah. Honestly, from what I have heard from Rim, he doesn't really want to play, or he doesn't. Uh, he either wanted to play Novice on an off role or play Inter on main tank. So I think that he's just like I don't, and yeah, I think he
he,
probably just doesn't want to play.
he doesn't want to get caught smurfing.
Very shooting. I just wants to stay in Novice.
Yeah, it makes the best sense. Yeah, we're
So
gonna be.
hope.
Oh no, you got.
Sorry, yeah, I was gonna say hopefully SBC can make something happen, but I don't. I really don't know.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to be pulling out the, like, I guess the best analogy I can make is, they better be getting the golden ticket, like some form of miracle. But
It's really gonna be like, can the DPS on the side of SBC carry hard enough to try to win them the game?
yeah, I mean, on the bright side, I would 100% say that SBC are showing a lot of improvement from their last week's game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think their comps that they're running are a lot better than what they were running before. I think I think their new pieces are a lot better than the pieces they had previously, and the team just looks better overall.
Yeah, they're winning team fights at some points almost really really dominantly, and then they kind of get hold and a couple mistakes come out. So I definitely think coming into their next game after this one, they'll look like they could possibly be one of the debatably top teams. But that's just a voice crack. That's also me wanting to have them in high regards. I don't want to downplay them and say that no, they won't improve. I really want this team to do better.
Yeah, also I will say they do go against Geo next week. And I mean, obviously we won't see how Geo plays since their game got rescheduled to Monday. But like, I think that could really be their proving ground. I think if Geo doesn't have SD, I think it's definitely a winnable game for SBC if they just keep improving and doing what they're doing now. Or maybe even winnable if they have SD. But so.
Yeah, but it looks like SBC are wanting to run the normal symmetric comp where you teleport onto point or some area to kind of confuse the enemy team, and then you take in their discohesion to have the advantage into this fight.
Yeah, definitely.
They're wanting to take in. Now they're getting ready. However, Young is going to be able to hack. It doesn't stop them, but they do get to point. King and Merlin are already getting the advantage. RTT is going to be picking them off, and it looks like the symmetric trap is more of a hindrance as Rim has to immediately jump off points, not stagger himself.
Yeah. I feel like I said with Formal not looking comfortable, I feel like either Formal plays too passively, or he just hard W's in with his team and just kind of gets melted like what just happened in that fight.
Yeah, and honestly, it was just a bit too predictable. It seemed like EM were guessing that strategy was about to happen. But now they're going to be switching over to the Pharah. Formal gets hacked once more, so now they're wanting to wait. And I don't think that they should be taking their time, at least start rotating. They're just kind of playing weird. Now they're going to be moving in at least. Merlin now taking into this fight, but Formal Chicken is going down to a slither of health, and the Pharah is now gone. Same with Chicken, and now they're just having to push them out. Lanix is going to get Merlin, but RPT is going to get Lanix. The Pharah does get Reds and is going to be able to get the Sombra, but will that be enough to bring this fight around? Because Pog gets Florida, so now they just kind of have to back out or get a pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think it's very weird from Formal when he got hacked. There's like no one around him. He like walked like all the way back to like the vending machine. And I don't understand why he did that. Like he could have just stood there and would have been fine. And that cost him a lot of time. And I think it's just a very weird choice by him.
Yeah, and On the bright side, the Pharah is about to have Barrage, so they're coming up on some ultimate. Same with Rim on Coalescence. They're rotating to the left, but they don't have a speed boost, so they're taking their time. And already EM are prepared. They've rotated accordingly. The Coalescence being used for both teams. The charge comes out, not able to get anyone. Landix is going to be picked off by Pog, and now the fight, Informer Chicken gets put out of position. Dragon does go down, but it's not going to be able to handle much. The bomb comes out, but it's going to be blocked, and it looks like SBC will be going back to the spawn room.
Honestly, I think what happened to Lanix there, it was a case of Novice, but I think he W'd forward to try to flashbang Pog out of Coalescence, and he died for it. I wasn't watching him, but as a fellow Novice brain DPS player, I feel like that's something he might have tried to do. That's why he got picked so early.
Florida's going to be switching over to the Zarya, so now his, grab will be a lot later in, so hopefully he can just be an absolute chat and build it up.
This should be another free fight for SBC. They have DPS ults and grab and shatter and most likely beat.
Look at that, they're walking into the small room, but no, they immediately juke rotate, going straight to point. Now they have the advantage, but the massive EMP comes out, same with Shatter and Death Blossom. I feel like a bit of over-investing in the ult with the Shatter.
I really like that rotation. Like that's good. Some good stuff coming up from. Like he just said, yeah, let's fake them, go main, early shatter, set the tempo. But it's like SBC's like, haha, we have best ult combo in game and shatter, we win. So
Yeah.
They will have 3 ults now. They have the big ult advantage now. So it's gonna depend on it. Can this grab from Vespa get a lot of value? Because if it can, it could be another free fight win. But if not, like. It was Florida on the Sigma, pretty much playing Mr. Heroes now, but
yeah,
maybe he can eat the grab.
Look at this, they're going right side this time. Let's hope it's the right time. The hack comes out, look at that. Look, but it does get Youngsu, that's taking him out early in the fight. The sound barrier being used, the grab, but the barrage being used. I think unfortunately he put himself in a position to where RPT just was able to shoot him from behind, and Pog is able to get the play of the game with feasibility. And Shadow Void tried to stall it out by flying around, but this is now just a full hold.
Round 1 complete. Score.
Man, we said that there was a high possibility for EM full holding, and I'd have to say...
Yeah, I mean, I had predicted the single cap, but I was wrong. I mean, it's pretty much GG. It sounds like they're boomed.
You know what? No. We have to have hope. If they won't, we will.
You know, about to pull an OTW versus Monarch. They're about to full hold this, draw, win the next 3 maps in a row, and take the W.
Yeah, they're gonna pull a Shanghai Dragons. They're gonna reverse sweep. They're gonna start playing seriously from this point on.
Yeah, they're just making it easy for them so far.
Yeah.
Ooh, we might see Mimi on the side of Edinburgh.
Honestly, this is a bit interesting coming out of SBC's composition. They're running the Rhine Monkey. That's something you see out of competitive play.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've liked their comp so far, but I am guessing they're boom. They're just like, let's try the Rhine Monkey so we can dive them while not. I really don't understand this monkey pick.
Yeah, it feels weird, and.
Diva would be like, Diva or Zarya or literally any off tank would be like a million times better.
Yeah,
We'll see them go with the TP strat. My prediction, they TP to point, they just don't touch in C9. Calling it.
Well, if you want, I'll buy you an Overwatch account easily. Oh, look, that Youngsu goes down! He gets trapped, they weren't scouting for that. Now they're...
Oh, and that kills their push entirely. Well...
Yeah, so he's not even gonna try.
Oh, but now the Junkrat's playing on point. Yeah, they really can't do much about it. The Junkrat knows now he has a trap set up on point. He's playing point. They would come in. They would get a damage to dynamite. And Junkrat would
needs to be fast and rotate. They have to be one unit. The monkey's getting ready to dive. And Pod goes down early. Youngsu does manage to get the Junkrat, but there's not really much they can do without a support. And as much as EM are trying to win that, they have to go back to the spawn room. Wait, oh no, RQT almost gets Rim Jazzberry. And now they're just kind of stalling it out.
Yep, and they live to see another day.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue in that fight was Atlantic sat on the high ground. In a comp like this, they really can't contest them. What they need to do is most preferably probably either speed left below the Ash or speed right. Oh, big pick, or speed right into the room. That's a massive pick by Youngsu.
Wait, are they not attempting to res it? No, they're going to be leaving it out. So they're going into this fight at a disadvantage. Formal Chicken is going to go down. Same with Florida. They have no tanks. He had Shadow that was absolutely massive, and unfortunately they're not able to come back and touch.
Victory.
And that's
That's it.
Monarchs.
I mean, yeah, unfortunate, but I mean, been saying this whole game, but big promise and
Play
big
of the game.
improvement from SBC. No, good luck in the future weeks. They've now, they've learned, and
I mean, if you ask me, you had to feel a little bad for SBC.
yeah, I mean they tried, but like and bro just played so well.
Yeah, but we do need someone in for the interview.
Well, it's tough. I mean, RQC always pops off. Youngsu played well. Vespi ate a lot of grabs.
Yeah,
honestly,
Pog. Yeah, they're saying Pog.
I'm gonna let them pick. Oh, they won't. They want Vespi.
Yeah, they want Vespi or Pog.
Okay, yeah.
They're
Let's do
kind of
Vespi. Well, that was QGY saying.
Yeah, you know what, Vespi? Let's get Vespi in. Vespi must be like better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can move in or production. Someone can move him in.
Yeah, that's not in our pay grade to be dragging. I don't know. Some part of me feels really bad for SBC. They put up at some points a really good fight, but it seemed on that last map it just wasn't in their favor.
Yep, and it seems like we can't have anyone move.
Oh,
so.
wait, but Abraxas.
Don't think he's here because.
Oh no, Abraxas, please. He's league administration. Oh.
Wait, what? Pog got moved in?
Hey, yo, we got Pog instead. Let's go.
I guess we're Pog. Yeah. Oh, he's muted. Someone needs to unmute him. And
no.
well, Pog is gone.
Hey, you know what? We got the swap in. We're getting King instead. King.
He's muted still.
Oh no.
We wait till someone unmutes him, or he unmutes himself if he's muted.
What?
Okay, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
I was suppressed.
We'll have to get a petition out against the staff. But thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna let Pineapple start off. I'll be right back. My pizza's here again.
I gotta firstly ask, like, what was your preparation coming into this game, and like, what did you expect from SBC?
We knew that they had made a couple trades and that their team would be a lot different since they had gotten Florida and someone else. I forget their name. I think it was Silver. So what we did is we basically just prepped. We were like, okay, let's just go all out. We know that they might not be the best team, but they just made some major changes, so we don't know what to expect from them. So what we really just did is just treat them basically like they were Wisdom, and then just tried our best.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely did play a lot better, and I will say, as someone, I guess, someone in Novice community, I think SBC has improved their play from previous weeks.
Yeah, we were expecting Rim Florida tank line. I was not expecting a Formal Chicken there.
Yeah, we were very confused by that pick as well as casters, but it is what it is.
I got my third pizza.
Oh, massive. Okay. I guess one last question. I should say, who do you think? I guess if you for player of the match, who you think like you're gonna shout out or vote for? I should say.
Probably just Youngsu. He keeps getting like these super quick EMPs, these crucial hacks. He's just kind of the slow, somber carry of our team. He just kind of does so much.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. Okay. I'll turn it over to Gordo to ask any further questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. I got an extra free pizza, dude. I'm so happy right now. My day's great. Your day's great. Let's be happy together. So
yeah, I'm done.
Obviously, going into this game, it felt like a sweep. But I mean, have you watched any of the other SBC games?
Not really. I think I watched a little bit of the SBC Hyperflex game, but I haven't really seen too many of them.
Well, determining from just this match of how you feel, do you think SBC will be making major improvements, and really what do they need to do? Because they looked good at a few points, but some friendly advice, give them some love.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely think that they can improve. I just think they need to gel like a starting six and then like exactly what roles they're doing, because I mean no one was expecting formal chicken on main tank, and I don't know how well that's gonna go. Maybe Rim just doesn't want to do main tank. I don't know. So I just think that they really need to get like just a group of 6 people, just really gel in their roles and then just practice them as much as they can.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That's what me and Gordo were talking about throughout the cast.
Yeah, I honestly, in my opinion at this point, is that their Rim is not playing main tank because he doesn't want to get banned for smurfing.
Yeah, maybe, who knows?
Yeah, but I don't really have any other questions because Pineapple kind of answered it. I just want to say thank you so much for giving us a interesting game. EM looks very strong right now, and I can't wait to see you guys against Wisdom in their next game.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited for that game too.
Yeah, good luck, and
Yeah, thank you.
congrats today.
Oh, man. Shoo.
We can just close the cast out.
No, yes. But honestly, it was a very interesting game, Pineapple. I had a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure you did too.
Definitely a fun game. I mean, it was kind of predicted 3-0, but SBC was able to, make it fun, make it an interesting game, and I'm just signing off.
Remember to make sure to watch any other Novice games that are coming out, especially Intermediate and such. But other than that, I'm Intel. That's Pineapple. We thank you so much for watching.